What if this whole thing, all of civilization as we know it, the entire hierarchy of governments, of people working, doing jobs, and accumulating resources, money, property. What if all of this originally were actually some kind of play? And what I mean by that is if you study some of the indigenous populations, like the Inuit and Lakota, a few others in the Americas, and even some across Europe, as they've done in this book called The Dawn of Civilization. This is a book by David Graeber, and what they found was people actually experimented with many different kinds of hierarchies, and often it would be very seasonal. You would have something like a king and queen and servants, but it would be short-lived. And it would be either in midsummer or be in the winter, and then they would essentially collapse. They would go back to their normal lives. And this is similar to, if you look at various May Day festivals like Beltane. In Europe, you have like a May King, May Queen, and these are just temporary authorities for the period of the festival. And then they would go back. They would dissolve it, right? And even the ancient Sumerians, they would talk about various cities being built and then collapsing. And this cyclical phenomenon was inherent in the way they describe everything, the way that they approach life. And it seems to me fairly playful. We kind of pretend a hierarchy. We imagine it. We believe it. We tell stories about it. And eventually, there could be some kind of accounting system, either with grain or beans or chords, something that you could use to keep score, if you will, between seasons. And then if you took it really, really seriously, if you didn't want to go back, then you could make it somewhat permanent. And you would, your stories would have to be better, I'm sure. Probably there would have to be some kind of deity or some kind of authority that you don't see, that you relinquish control to. And what if we did that and we forgot this whole time that we were playing, that it was really just a playful kind of thing? And we took it so seriously that we thought it was survival. We thought, this is the world. This is the world as we know it. And this civilization, this play of civilization, is so important that you must sacrifice everything for it. And what you had once thought was work, essentially, maybe hunting, going on hunts, and gathering fruits and vegetables, maybe some basic form of agriculture, But all of these things, including fishing, for example, have become recreation, have become hobbies. Even trail running on trails, being a messenger. And if you were really good at these things, you would get some kind of credit. People would acknowledge it. They would respect you. But nowadays it's play. What had once been survival or work became play, and what had once been play, the play of civilization, had become survival. Somehow we forgot. So this might have some psychological impacts. You might be stressed out or have anxiety about something that previously had been playful. You can see even small children, they have tea parties, they play different roles. It's very playful, but they have fun. So and there are agreements. We make agreements and we want to keep those agreements with each other. And so that forms part of civilization. But what I really mean is like the play of the hierarchy. And if we made it up once, we can make it up again. Okay? I mean, we just have to agree, right? So all of these things have some kind of power because of our agreements, because of our beliefs. And it ultimately depends on essentially the network of people and their agreement. So there's a lot of power in these networks, and it has become clear with the internet, especially. Anytime you can build a network, that network has power. Even if you build like a messenger client, like WhatsApp, they built a network of people communicating with one another, and that was very lucrative for them. So it's something that there's a lot of interest in. There's a book called Network State by Balaji, and he claims that you can start with a network, like an online network, and use that to build a larger community, a larger nation state. And it seems feasible. Why not? If we invented all this, we can invent something else.